Welcome everyone to Spooky Bullshit Month here at
Heck yeah.
Miserable Scare People.
Woo!
Now it's your turn, Sam.
A boo.
Oh, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I shit myself to death, just like the man in this movie.
A lot of people shit themselves to death in this movie.
A lot of stuff coming out of asses in this movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, Alex is here.
Hello.
This is our first four-person
Yeah.
MHP
Oh yeah,
discussion.
thank you for having me.
It's
Thanks for helping us.
It's an honor.
Thank you for letting me invite myself.
Yeah,
onto
yeah.
your,
Cool.
Thanks for letting us rip off Red Letter Media even more precise.
Oh yeah, am I what's her name, Jessie?
Sure.
She didn't last long. I don't know whether you
No.
want that evil on her.
No, I don't want that evil.
Mike dropped her for someone else, I'm sure.
Some Instagram thotty that we don't know about.
Oh no. Okay, I'm not.
I like the idea of Mike
Beer.
Stilklasa from Red Letter Media.
Fucking
being just-
Instagram models.
Yeah, the most heinous, like, horn dog toward Instagram models.
Sliding into DMs being like, yo, you seen the Plinkett reviews with like a winky emoji?
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah, good old Mike.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing this for the whole month of October, right?
Yeah, if we
There's
do
4
this,
of us.
we each get a movie.
I'm
okay?
going to say I pick a horror movie, but just pick something else.
No, you gotta pick a horror movie.
Yeah, because then the world
Scary
will explode
bullshit
if we
month.
don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
you
care what
do.
they're saying. I absolutely don't care.
I will slap whatever you pick out of your hand and be like, no.
And I'll slap you the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. I've seen them do it. Remember that 9 years we weren't friends? Because I was like, hey,
because you're like,
Can you
hey, you want to
actually-
watch Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island? And you're like, no!
yeah. That was in middle school, and then in college, you were like, okay, we can
It
be
took
Good.
9 years for me to realize that I didn't have any other friends.
8.5 years of you looking at your phone being like, who can I text? Mom?
There's only so much you can talk to your mom about, you
Yeah.
know? Once you get into your sexual history, she stops, like, returning your phone calls.
You set up this with your parents, and you're like, this movie fucking sucked. And your parents are like, I liked it. It's like, God damn it, Mom! Like,
Yeah, this is really a 2.0 version.
Yeah.
Let me do an impression of my dad on this show.
that's a good audio joke, Sam. So for the first episode of Spooky Bullshit Month, we watched Dreamcatcher, a Stephen King adaptation.
A real stale fart.
So
pretty
Kevin,
bad.
why did you pick this movie?
I think this is one of those DVDs that like my mom just had. So like you're bored and you're just like, I'll just watch this again, I guess. Like I don't know if I have like an affinity towards it. It was just like, oh, I remember this.
Is your mom like my grandma, where I go to her house and she has the same like 6 dusty DVDs that
Kind
she's
of.
had for like 20 years?
Yeah, she went to Circuit City like once and loaded up, and she's like,
Yeah.
never going back.
Like as a kid, I watched Ice Age 2, like not the good one, the first one.
Yeah.
Ice Age 2, The Meltdown, maybe 400 times.
This is my Ice Age
My
2.
family went
yeah.
to Blockbuster a lot. We were on a movie, at least one movie.
My dad got like pissed at a Blockbuster dude once, so we were Hollywood video people.
We were too, Kevin. It's yeah. I see
Yeah,
you.
which dying animal do you want to jump on
Yeah.
first?
We really hitched our wagon to the dodo bird that was Hollywood video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That horse over there is limping, but that donkey over there smells.
How old are they?
Wow.
Whoa!
So Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, we watched the shitty Stephen
That was
King
the name of
movie.
this
This movie was boring.
Yeah.
What did the Dreamcatcher have to do with anything?
Because Duddus was their dream catcher.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, but like we need to have a rule. Turbulence was terrible.
Turbulence.
That was a real movie.
Yeah, that
All the
one.
real movies are awful, except for the weird foreign one.
Edge of Darkness is a masterpiece, though.
Shut the
so.
fuck up.
Edge of Darkness. You gaslighted us, and I still haven't forgiven you for that. That movie was shit.
You edit the videos, and you can put whatever you want to
So yeah, it was a Stephen King adaptation. I
Yeah.
would love to hear his thoughts on this one because I know he hated The Shining.
do. Did he?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh.
he hated The Shining.
He shouldn't have wrote it then.
I know, right?
4 friends, they're all psychic, and
oh my god, the world.
But only
For about
no, not only with each other. I was going to say only with each other, but
No,
they
no,
can
no,
read other people's minds.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
The first 40 minutes of the movie is introducing them individually, showing off psychic powers. One guy tries to fuck a woman by finding his car keys really creepy.
Her
Yeah,
car
that
keys?
was
Yeah. Why
great.
say his?
Yep.
you know, it's 20. It's
That's staying in too.
2001. Yeah, the gender's fluid, baby.
Yeah, it was just a long ass introduction of each character, and it didn't matter what character type they were during that because they completely all changed to action hero dude. Jason Lee like calls up his friend who's the main character, I guess, Jonesy.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm having like a weird feeling about shit. Like, just stay safe." Jonesy instantly goes and gets himself hit by a car.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, we find out later he thought he saw Duddits
and
across the street.
also saw the cars in his flashback.
So that is inconsequential because 6 months later they're just at a cabin, which they've been going to
Everything's
for
Apparently,
20
it's the
years.
most important thing in the movie.
Apparently, yeah. Well,
Because it is what...
the
it is
reason he can't be taken over by Mr. Gray.
There you go.
Okay. There you
Because
go.
when your brain dies,
That
it's
gives you special
segmented
powers.
in a way that aliens who are possessing you can't get into them.
Segmented like that anyway, because
It
like
was.
he has this like special jerk collection, jerkinet
You
collection
know what? I bet
in that
Stephen
special
King
room.
dedicated like 300 pages to describing exactly why this worked.
Yeah.
But the movie kind of
Glossed
Glossed
over
over
a
it,
little bit,
yeah.
God, I might have to read this fucking book.
So they go to the cabin. They're hanging out. They're drinking beers. They're laughing. Ha ha, friendship.
drinking even more beers.
That's getting cut. They're drinking. They're having fun. They toast to Duddits because he couldn't be there.
Kevin, have
Okay,
you ever
I wanna
had this
point-
much power?
I want
love
to
it.
point out this whole movie. I thought Duddits was already
me
dead,
too, totally.
Mm-hmm.
and then the very end, it's like surprise.
You thought he
just
was
lives.
Deadits.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why are my gums bleeding? So whatever, they're chilling out at the cabin, and then two of the dude bros go out to get alcohol. One's like,
and the
I'm
other
gonna
two
go
are
hunt.
hunting. The other two
Yeah.
are hunting. Jonesy
yeah,
finds
Jonesy-
Yeah.
the fart guy.
The guy goes to shoot a deer. In walks a gentleman who's been like lost in the woods for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh fuck, come on
Gotta
inside.
help this guy."
We'll help you back to life." And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. I got separated. I feel sick."
And they keep
Sit down.
burping and
Yeah.
farting.
Haha. It's great.
And there's
apparently
even
it's
multiple
stinky.
lines, yeah, where
Bitch and a buzzsaw. I've heard some mighty burps in my time, but that's the blue ribbon baby.
so the guy that they brought in, he has like this lump in his chest, and they're like, well, he ate some bad berries, he said, so it's probably just that.
So they put him into bed, and it's like, "You need to sleep this off because you fucking stink, bud." Then we cut to our other two protagonists coming back from grabbing beer.
Yeah.
The guy driving's been drinking. He's had like 5 beers or something like that.
The passenger guy has been drinking. I don't think the driver guy has
I think
been
they were
drinking.
both drinking.
Doesn't
Were
matter.
they?
Yeah.
And then there's that lady like buried halfway in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, "Oh fuck!" And they swerve off the road, flip it a couple times, and are fine.
Yeah, they're cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they have
The one guy
psychic
hurts his
powers.
leg.
Injustice
Yeah.
hurt his leg.
Yes.
Injustice
Remember that
did
show?
it.
I think they both
Justice.
did because
You
like
mean Justified?
because Timothy Oliphant was limping, but the guy who went walking to go get the snowmobile had a bandage around his leg, but wasn't limping.
It was for fashion. Don't worry
I
about it.
guess so.
Well, anyway, the
Very light
woman's
of me.
not dead.
Yeah.
She just punched his dick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can you hear me?
Drag her to safety, and he's like, "I'm going to go back for the snowmobile. Come grab you guys." So I wanted to mention a thing. This is, I think, the first instance of our spooky bullshit counter where we were actually like, oh, a little bit, which was all of the fucking animals like fleeing in the same direction.
Yeah.
Like kind of a cool little visual. Like all the bears and deers like not
You
eating
know, with
each other.
red on them.
What about the man's chest, like...
Oh yeah,
Like
some of the
wibbling.
practical like.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of good practical stuff in this movie.
The two people still at the cabin are trying to wave down this helicopter that flies by. Like, oh my god, we have a dude here. He's farting everywhere. We need to get him out.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, we're glad you're safe. It's quarantined. Bye.
It's like, we'll fix it in 48 hours or whatever. You
Yeah.
got peanut butter, you're good. Don't worry about
And then
it.
Jason Lee flips off Morgan Freeman
And Morgan
in a
Freeman's like,
helicopter.
I'm gonna ruin
kill
your
that
career for
motherfucker.
that.
Yeah.
So, who is Morgan Freeman?
He is the current leader of the Blue Boy Project, which is a secret government project to stop alien invasions.
There you go.
Tom, I'm so glad you're here. You go over the movie.
Yeah,
and
you
we'll
guys
come
can go
back
stand
at the
outside.
end.
Me and
Yeah,
Tom,
Tom,
got
let's, why don't you float this ship on your own?
God, with this movie.
Let's do something different and let's let Tom talk about the movie for
Right?
once.
Something
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
We also get this scene where, like, we see how hard as nails He is, because he has this guy come in.
That's a
For
that's a
context,
video no one watched.
Yeah. Kevin and Tom just shared
6
a
views when I checked. So he has this guy come in, and he's like, hey, so we're in quarantine. And he's like, yeah. So tell me, honestly, did you let this woman and her child go? And he's like, yes. And Morgan Freeman's like this whole time, like, getting a gun out and, like, making sure there's
Loading
bullets in it.
Yep.
And he's like, so why'd you do that? And the guy's like, well, she had just turned around on a wrong road, and she wasn't there for more than a couple hours.
A few miles
Believe
back,
that?
she couldn't have been contaminated.
Yes. And he's like,
You know this for a fact, or because she told you so?
For a fact, boss.
Scout's honor. Can you raise your hand and tell me honestly that you know this for a fact?
Yeah, his fingers are gonna get shot off. Yep.
Stop your bloody light.
Again, the writer or the director just saw Pulp Fiction and they wanted that like opening.
I'm
Does
sorry.
he look like a bitch scene?
Stephen King just saw Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. He's a very busy gentleman. All right.
That's true.
It took him like 3 years to see a movie that
That's right.
everyone overrates.
Yeah. We need to bring up the flashback.
Let's just bring
Yeah.
up
I
the
don't
flashback.
care. I
It's
don't
fine.
care when it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
more interesting.
So Sam, how do they have these spooky psychic powers?
no, he was out of the room for when they got the powers.
Yeah.
He knows when Duddits shows up
So
and I saw the scene where those bullies were beating up the retard, and
and trying to feed him
Oops.
feces.
oh, there's one.
I'm allowed.
There's a ding.
That's my people.
It turns into it, and there are a bunch of kids in '83 in Derry, Maine, because of course, and they stop a bunch of bullies beating up a mentally challenged kid, and then they become friends.
Yeah. Contrary to most people in most movies, they're nice to the mentally ill.
Yeah.
And they befriend him, and apparently, somewhere amongst the autism, he has, I don't know, super alien powers that he gifts to these children through the power of arts and crafts.
Also, Amongst the Autism is my least favorite Screamo band. Those guys suck.
We also get the look at this factory, the something Brothers factory or whatever, that is Jonesy's mind temple.
Yeah, that's a weird thing they introduced, that everyone has like a mind...
no, only Jonesy.
I think
Only
it is.
Jonesy.
I think
That's
it
his
is.
Yeah.
power.
Yeah, that's his power, is the mind temple.
The
which
memory-
No, I think it's like a memory warehouse.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
what
they
memory
call it.
warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's
And-
got like sports trivia and music lyrics.
It's
and,
like a giant
jerk-off
library.
fantasies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it gets
Yeah.
too crowded, so he burns shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're having fun. They go to the billboard. They see
Yeah.
the missing girl.
Yeah, and then they're like,
And they all-
Duddits, help us find her. And then
Yeah.
they say, Dreamcatcher, and they all put a hand on his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Which again,
Which I want to like prank someone, just like a
just gonna
random
say
person.
that.
The four of us just go up to a random person in like the mall or something and be like, Dreamcatcher, just put a hand on their shoulder and see who gets punched.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be me. I'm the one that looks most homeless.
yeah, that's
Homeless Sam. Duddits gives each of them a power.
yep.
Right.
Yeah, so they use their special powers to find the missing girl. She's like in a well
Yeah.
somewhere.
Pennywise,
Like a
yeah.
squirrel in a storm drain. She's just like,
Yeah.
I fell!
There's a
Yeah.
clown in here. Like, yeah.
some man shits himself to death.
Yeah, the guy with the
Yeah.
bur-
Sweaty
standard.
lost man.
yeah, sweaty farty burpee lost.
So they go.
And there's blood
There's
everywhere.
a blood trail from the bed to the bathroom, and they knock on the door like, "Hey,
Are you shitting yourself to death in there? And he's like,
Can a guy get some privacy?
So come in here.
please,
Hold on.
for your own safety.
You just hear toilet paper like unrolling.
and they look at each other, and the one guy's like, "Wait!
What if we just bounce off? No bounce, no play. Right.
And then they knock down the door.
And there's blood all
Every
over the
fucking
bathroom.
where. Like, this man just exploded out of both ends.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Jason Lee's character is like, I gotta look in that toilet. So he's like gonna go like,
Well, then they hear it splash around and then they just shut
Yeah.
it because
Yeah.
there's something splashing in there.
So The ginger guy's like, I'm gonna go get tape. We can tape the toilet down. Whatever's in there won't get out. You sit on the toilet while I go do that as slowly as human possible.
Yeah. And it's like lifting him off the toilet, and he's desperately trying to get his toothpicks.
Which
and
is
they
like his calming.
The 2 toothpicks on the tile that are not covered in shit blood.
Yeah, there's like an island of not shit blood, and he's like, oh.
They never explained why it was so
away.
imperative that he got a fucking toothpick.
It was his thing.
Yeah, there should have been like, I'm trying to quit smoking. Just one line. That's all you need.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His power was eating toothpicks.
And singing.
Without dying. Yeah.
And singing.
I'm not sure what his fucking power was, actually, because he died before we could figure it out.
Yeah, because his dire need for a toothpick was ultimately
his downfall.
his demise.
Yep.
And bit off his finger.
Oh, yeah. That was a good fucking
That was
shot,
a good scene.
actually. I like that shot.
And then
where-
he's fighting a man in a like sock puppet. And then finally Redhead Boy
Yeah, he's
comes
like,
back.
it's 40 minutes later. I got the tape. Whoa!
Whoa!
And he's like, hold it. And then he's like, fuck. And he watches his friend die.
And his friend keeps shouting, close
Get
the door,
out, yeah,
close the
get
door,
out and run.
get out, close the door, get out. And he's just like,
He literally does nothing.
He starts Jack Black facial acting for
Yeah.
like the next
and
20
then-
minutes.
And then he's like, oh shit, my friend just died. I guess I better leave. He's pulling so hard he pulls the doorknob out.
Well, I was going to say, it comes out, but it doesn't attack him. Why wouldn't it attack him?
Yeah.
Because...
There's a shadow of Mama Alien. Yeah, and then he's like,
it's a big old motherfucking alien.
yeah.
Big gray alien.
Yeah, it looks like
And
the,
then we
the
have-
stereotypical grays.
And then Redhead Dude's like, what do you want? And then he like just gets real close. The alien does.
Yeah.
And then his head explodes into red blood dust.
Now, I fucking thought it was Mr. Action Movie Star, like, blew its fucking head off. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they're like shapeshifters, right? Because there was a line that said
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they appear to us how we think aliens look.
Yeah, and then Morgan Freeman's like,
They project what they think we want to see. But I've had a look at the real thing, and believe me, Bucko, you wouldn't want it marrying your sister.
So it bursts into mist. So it can like...
Possess the man.
Yeah. So we cut back to dude who was watching a corpse.
The lady that they found
Yeah.
half buried in the
Yeah.
snow. She shit herself to death.
yeah, she
a-
shares herself to death,
Snow
too.
alien. He throws the beer. He fights alien because it tries to attach to his dick.
Oh!
I hate when that happens. Swings it around for a while.
Flops
lands on
over
the
on the
fire.
fire.
Yeah,
Yep.
tries to fuck the fire.
Fights it with fire.
Yeah. And
Works.
then Jonesy, I forget the ginger's name.
Yeah, so he took off earlier
On the
on the
snowmobile.
snowmobile, and then there's this whole scene where I really don't know what the fuck action hero name is,
It's cool.
but he like
Yeah, what is his
mind
name?
yells at him and he's like, "Here's Jonesy." He's like, "Jonesy, oh yeah, good fucking job, Jonesy. You're coming to save us." He's like, "Mr. Gray, who the fuck? Oh, you're not Jonesy," and like just dives behind a fucking snowbank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that shot. And we get the fun where the actor's like having the dual conversations with himself with like the British voice and the American voice.
Well done.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I am, Mr. Jones. Or is it Jonesy? That's what your friends call you, isn't it? Let's be friends.
Why are you letting me live?
I'm borrowing you. We're going to take a little journey.
Everyone just like either becomes a goofy weirdo with like the alien or a super awesome action dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's-
Their
it's-
brow just furrows and they never lose that expression for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But what's his name ends up finding
Snowman.
Hitman man.
And,
And,
And he also tries to do the thing. And he's like, "Oh fuck! What do you like? What do you have? Like an alien in you? Ha ha ha!
Yeah, who
oh,
are
fuck!
you?
You have an alien in you!" And
Yeah, and then the alien tries to kill him.
he turns around and eats him.
when Justified is eaten, we see that Jonesy is locked in that side room of his mind memory
with all of
warehouse.
his porn.
Yeah.
And the door, he won't open it for the monster that's also running around inside.
Yep.
That's cool. So there's a scene somewhere in here where they lead a fucking like helicopter parade
Oh yeah.
and go and
Oh,
blow
yeah.
up the
Yeah.
spaceship.
Oh yeah, it turns into like
Action
fucking
movie.
Starship Troopers for like a second.
Yeah.
And all the aliens are like,
There's no infection.
We're hopeless. We are dying.
and then they start shooting them, and then they turn into mean aliens.
Yeah.
And they go into their ship and they blow it up.
They blow it up themselves.
Yo, this movie was 2 hours long. There's no reason that this discussion should be 2 hours long.
I know. We're trying to. All right. So we get more military stuff. We see the people. They're like locked in. They're quarantined. It's like, oh, we'll get you out of here probably by like 4 in the morning, but like no, they're just gonna murder him.
So we got Jonesy. The alien is like,
They're trying to get somewhere.
I gotta get to
so he
Massachusetts.
fucking kills a truck driver. It makes his dog eat
I know,
the dead,
poor dog.
dead carcasses of things that have been infected, and he drives off. And then Jonesy is like, I mean, not
No.
Jonesy, fucking
Action Man.
Action Man.
Action Man is like
He makes
cross
that-
country skiing.
No, first he makes it back to the house and sees the worm. Yeah, then he lights the whole house on fire, takes a gun, gets some skis, and then he's cross-country skiing. And then the military people are like, hey, stop, after he had like just slipped and fallen on his skis. Yeah, and then he gets put in with all the other quarantine people. And they're like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Dr. So-and-so. I don't remember his name.
He starts
And they're like-
mad dogging fucking Morgan
Yeah, he's
Freeman.
just like
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like reading everybody's minds.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman specifically.
Then he convinces second in command to like,
Yeah, because he
Get him
reads his
out?
mind and he's like, what is your wife gonna think? What's your daughter gonna think? Like,
right.
how do you know all that shit? I'm spooky action man.
Right.
Yeah.
And the man who just experienced the aliens probing his own mind is like, well, clearly you're a good guy.
Yeah, trusts him explicitly.
From that point on,
That's a really, really, really fucking good point.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
only experienced that with aliens. You're doing it? You're cool,
Must
man.
be a great
Okay,
dude.
that plus later in the film when he hands Action Man his gun and then it starts ringing like a telephone and he answers the gun like it's a phone.
Hello?
What?
Jesus Christ, I knew it was you. Where's he taking you?
Helping
and then he
him.
says, hey, I know we're supposed to be going after the hitchhiker, but I need to pick up my retarded friend real quick.
So Alien Jonesy fucking blows a tire on the big rig and crashes. And he does the same trick where he just stands in the middle of the road and waves down a cop car and kills the fucking cop and takes the dog corpse with him.
No, the dog is still alive.
Dog was dead the second it ate the fucking...
I'm not entirely
The dog is
convinced.
still alive.
Now, they pick up Duddits, who's like a grown-ass man who's been sick
Living
for
Like
with
a while.
terminally ill or
Yeah.
something.
And living with his parents, not because he's terminally ill, but because he's
One
Can't
of
say
them.
that word anymore.
retarded.
You can't say that.
I can say that.
So
No,
they
you can't.
pick him up.
His mom like packs all of his medicine and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, he'll die happy with you," as opposed
Because
to
he's going to
just-
die.
And
Yeah.
he does. Not in the way she's thinking.
in the most badass way, though. Dude.
So let's just skip ahead to the morning. And then Morgan Freeman steals a fucking helicopter.
He steals a helicopter to go after the guy who helped Action Hero Man.
Yeah, because now we have 3 characters all converging on like the water
Water.
supply for the
Yeah.
entire Boston area
Yeah, because that was the hitchhiker's whole point, was getting a single worm
into the water supply.
into the water supply to fuck up at least Boston.
No, it said the whole world. Duddit said the whole world would be affected.
Well, that'd be a good start.
Yeah,
I
Boston.
feel like they could work out from there.
Yeah.
So they get there, and
I'm so
Jonesy
done.
plays a really funny prank on him.
Yeah.
Punch it, dude. Don't be a pussy. Thank you, Gary Jones.
Yeah, fucking pranked you, bro. And the alien's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna throw this dead dog into a fucking manhole now.
Can't get into the thing because, of course, they came how many millions of light years to Earth, but like, door,
A
shit.
locked door, fuck.
Okay.
Why was Morgan Freeman a bad guy?
No fucking idea, especially since he was 2 days from retirement or whatever the fuck. He should have been like, okay, cool, you take over.
Like, how would the world have been safer?
think it
I
was
think it's
a-
the thing of like he's right, like it's his job to kill all these aliens, but he's doing shitty things while doing it. So
Yeah.
I think that's
So takes
No,
the-
I think that's what they were trying to go
That's
for.
what they were trying to
but
do, yeah.
Yeah.
under the logic of the movie, he could have done his job and nothing would have been different.
yes.
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to dab that hard, Sam. Like I get it.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
couldn't
As he should.
spare the
Guy's
extra
an
budget to actually blow up the helicopter. You just,
That CG's so expensive. They're just like, all right, we don't
yeah.
just blow up some gasoline behind some trees. We'll cut it
Yeah.
in. And
Slow
Morgan
down.
Freeman dies without any ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just like
He's
behind
there
some
and then
I
trees.
he's
just
dead.
realized he died when
Yeah,
we were talking.
that was it.
That was it.
No!
It's its tail.
No, Action Hero Man and
Hero
the
Man
Duddits.
shows up And the fucking like worm that's almost in the water like turns to him and attacks his gun and he blows it like a fucking meat torpedo against the wall. And then Jonesy's like, "Oh, thank God, you saved me." He's like, "I don't think you're fucking Jonesy, man." And he's like,
"Yeah, you know what? You probably should just fucking kill me. I don't know." And then he asks him like,
"Dude,
oh,
pump fake.
Yeah.
Go one way."
Yeah.
I like all your basketball references. I dig it.
And he's like,
"Do you got anything else in you?"
Free throw line.
I'll take it.
He's like, "Tell me something Mr. Gray wouldn't know." And he's like, "SSDD." He's like, "Not good enough." And he's like, "Wait.
What was on the wall the day
he's
when
like,
we saw
"Ask me a
Duddits?"
question then." And he's like, "What was on the wall?" And then Duds
Fortnite
shows
dances
up.
in.
Yeah, it's like
it is like huge snow boots.
No play.
He's like, "No play," and then they fight.
Yeah, and then the alien extricates itself from Jonesy and
Through
is
his
like,
asshole.
yeah, and is
How
like,
the fuck did Jonesy not die? This thing
cool,
was
don't-
huge. And it just
so then he's in alien form, and then like Duddits just walks up, doesn't give a fuck, is like stabbed and like grabbed by the alien man, still doesn't give a fuck. I
Slammed
want to live
hard.
my life like Duddits and just be like, no fucks
Yeah.
given. I
give a
don't care.
shit.
And then he's like, surprise, bitch, and turns into another alien, like a different kind of
worse-looking alien.
scorpion alien.
yeah. And he's like, "Cocoon, you motherfucker."
yeah, and he cocoons them both, and then they both like explode.
And then the little worm that we were watching this whole time kind of tried to get his
Oh
way
yeah,
to
the
the
worm
water.
that got shotgunned away
He's like-
laid one last egg, and there's a teeny
I don't think
tiny
it
little
laid
worm.
it. I think it just fell out of
Yeah,
the
well,
hole
you know-
that was left by the gun.
You know what I mean? And
It was
hatched
cesareaned
and
out
won.
through a gunshot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's over. And then they cut back to the worm.
And they say, "We dudsed it," and he squashes the worm, and that's the movie. Okay, so that was
Dreamcatcher.
That's what this is called. Dreamcatcher.
What a way to kick off spooky bullshit month.
Yeah, it wasn't spooky at all.
Yeah.
It was just long.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't really a horror movie.
Yeah, it was barely a thriller.
The scariest part is we'll never get those 2 hours back.
Is this worth a buck?
I'm going to give it a quarter.
Okay.
Just because it was like a real movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so long and it was so boring. It moved very slow.
Okay.
Kev?
I don't mind it. It's really slow in a lot of it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good look at your phone movie.
Like have on in the background if you're working on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to fucking miss anything.
No,
Right.
no. I mean, it's a Stephen King movie. You know what you're getting if you've seen any sort of Stephen King media before. It didn't really hold up. I can't give it like 75 cents. I don't hate it, but I don't mind the movie. I know it has flaws and it's really fucking long and like I don't think it's that bad.
I think Kevin's got like a home team thing. Like
I
if
think
he
so.
chooses something, he's like, I'm going to stick by it. Fuck
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
You
don't-
stand by your choice.
I just
Kevin.
think
He fucking dies on his hill every time he picks.
I just think in this environment when we're setting up here to watch bad movies with friends, thinking to like make fun of a movie and then discuss it afterwards, like of course we're not going to be like, wow, I was really moved and inspired, like the way maybe a different movie would. So I think we're always going to have it lowered because again, this is a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
This isn't a Land of College Prophets or a Hard as Nails of like.
Tom?
20 cents, 10 cents for each of Morgan Freeman's eyebrows.
All right.
Sam.
Concise.
He did shake his head really quick that one time, and dimes fell out of his face.
I'm going to give it 5 cents. I really didn't like it.
Okay.
It was long, it was boring, and I think you hit it on the head, Kevin. It just doesn't fit the format. It's too much like a movie, but it's not a good movie. It's a mediocre movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the benefit of just being really boring, which is I think is the worst thing it can be.
Okay.
So in my estimation, that makes it worth 5 cents.
Okay.
So from now on, Tom,
Yep.
we're picking movies that aren't real movies.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
I knew it wasn't gonna be like a Shawshank Redemption where it's like, oh, that's a really good movie. You know what I mean? And we'd all
Yeah.
sit here and be like, wow, I really fucking enjoyed that. The characters, the story. Like, I thought it
Yeah.
was gonna be more goofy.
It had a lot of elements that, if taken any other way, could have been really goofy. Like the alien designs were pretty fucking goofy.
The quality of the CG, I think they rendered it in time with the movie because like the beginning first CG stuff was like really well done.
Yeah.
And, like a lot of you could feel the slimy texture. And then when
Then
Duddits turns into the alien at the end,
Yes.
you're like, oh boy, they ran out of money,
Yeah,
didn't
you
they?
get a visual
Yeah.
representation of the budget leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And I think if more of the movie were like the CG at the end, we'd have a lot more to jeer
Exactly.
at.
Yeah. That's what I kind of remember it being, like, more goofy
Yeah.
and stuff. It's just kind of... Because I remembered the end fight with, like, the goofy CG, and that's what I thought it was going to be more of, so...
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fun.
Thanks for coming on week 1 of horror movie fuckabout or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
he did it.
Nope.
What'd you call it?
Spooky bullshit month.
Yeah,
Spooky
bull-
bullshit
Bullshit
month.
month.
It's not good for SEO.
No,
if
no,
we're
no,
honest.
no. That's not going in the title, of course.
Yeah,
not, but-
right. No, I wouldn't put that in the tags.
There's
back
one
some more.
sad, lonely guy Googling that every day, and then just like 0 out of 0 results, and he sighs, and he closes his laptop, and then this Monday he'll Google it, 1 out of 1 results, and then he'll kill himself.
Shed a single tear.
and just like the beginning of the movie, he'll put
Yeah.
the gun to his head.
Yeah,
And finally do it.
upside down.
Yep.
All right, thanks everyone.
Yep. Tune in next week for more spooky bullshit.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Woo!
Yep. Bye.